what about the idea that you rent Soto for 2 years, right? Like, so what's his contract situation and how that might affect the prospect haul that the Nationals are asking for or eventually might have to settle for, Buster?
Yeah, and look, he's under team control for the rest of this year and for the next 2 years before he becomes a free agent. And that actually makes him attractive to just about every team. You know, it's not like he's already locked into some $500 million contract now, and that makes him accessible if you're the Padres. I don't think they would be acquiring him even worrying about the next contract. I don't think the Cardinals would be worrying about that. You know, typically St. Louis, when they acquire a player, Matt Holliday, Mark McGwire, Paul Goldschmidt, you know, they like the player to come into St. Louis, get comfortable, and then they work out some sort of an extension. Here's the thing, too, is that when you're talking about a player like Juan Soto, if and when he does get traded, it'll be the most significant young player traded since Babe Ruth. He's 23 years old. He's on a trajectory to be an inner circle Hall of Famer. This is like trading for Willie Mays in 1955, like trading for Henry Aaron in 1958, like trading for Mike Trout in 2014. That's how good this guy is. And if you look at the history of these massive, prospect, young player for superstar type deals, whether it's baseball or basketball, you can talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to the Lakers, deals in baseball, Vida Blue, Tom Seaver, they always work out for the team that acquires the superstar because you can't replicate the type of production a guy like Juan Soto is going to give you.
But if you're a team that's, like you said, the Padres and Cardinals or whomever that acquires Soto with the sense of, well, we have 2+ years of contractual control and that's all we're going to basically get him for. So, hey, Nationals, we're not going to give you 15 of our top prospects based on that concept. When do we check in with Scott Boras to see if that's okay with him? Honestly.
Yeah, and that's a great question. He, of course, represents Soto.
Yes.
I don't think the Padres are worried about that. I think that they're only, at the moment, concerned about acquiring him for this year and for the next 2 years. I think the Cardinals have an eye on that. I think the Dodgers would be the one team among the three that might be concerned. And I don't know, how earnest the Dodgers are in their pursuit. Part of me wonders if they're, driving the price up for the Padres, a division rival. Because knowing Andrew Friedman through the years, the head of baseball operations for the Dodgers, I don't think he likes the idea of paying twice for a superstar level player. The deal that he made for Mookie Betts, Alex Verdugo, as it's turned out, is the only major league regular that he gave up, and then he signed Mookie to that deal that had a lot of deferred money. If you're taking on Juan Soto, not only is it going to cost you, the 4 or 5 big-time young player prospects, but it also is going to cost you eventually a contract that starts with the number 5. Juan Soto is likely to be the first player to get a $500 million contract.